Prologue. The Gryphon's shadow over Metropolis location. Port of Metropolis X. The port hummed with life long after midnight. The stench of salt, rotting fish, and tar mingled with the shouts of sailors unloading contraband in hidden docks. Lanterns swayed on ropes, casting fractured light over the water, where the silhouettes of tattered sailed ships mirrored the chaos. Among them, the Silver Gryphon stood apart, a sleek vessel adorned with silver rivets shaped like constellations. On its deck stood Henryk, cloaked in a mantle embroidered with heraldic beasts, his posture rigid, as if even among thieves he expected bows. Henryk's demeanor. His voice was measured, every word sharp as a blade's edge. When Thomas, the underworld kingpin, approached, Henryk did not flinch. His hand brushed his sword hilt, a silent warning Thomas recognized. "I am no drunken sailor." Details. The Silver Gryphon. Its sails were soaked in seahorse weed brew to ward off sea wraiths. Below deck, crates held Valene steel silk, a fabric thin enough to slit throats. Thomas. A scar from a shark bite curved around his eye. His laugh rasped like chains. The Black Pearl, glowing faintly in Asmore's stall, it pulsed with trapped starlight. Henryk ignored it. Not yet. Chapter 1. The Faceless Night location. Arena of Forgotten Kings. Undercroft. The arena was a labyrinth of ancient stone, its walls etched with frescoes of kings who'd slain gods. The air reeked of blood and incense. Henryk, masked in gilded iron shaped like a griffin, fought by torchlight, his blade Dawnbreaker singing as it clashed with Malachi's dagger. Henryk's fighting style, precise, economical. When Malachi lunged, Henryk pivoted, revealing the Valene Gryphon on his cloak. Dialogue. Malachi, hissing. "You move like a king without a crown." Henryk, coldly. "And you like a wolf in a dog's skin. All snarl, no bite." Details. Frescoes. Depicted a monarch impaling his own heart, a metaphor for power as sacrifice. Kyle Draven watched from a curtained booth, smoking a pipe filled with blue smoking herbs. His gaze tracked Henryk's every step. Chapter 2. Pact of Fire and Steel location. Benentis Fortress. The obsidian fortress loomed on a cliff, its walls glinting like dragon scales. In the throne room, where forges roared, Dominic accepted Henryk's gift, a chest of Valene steel. Henryk's demeanor. He offered no bow. "Kings do not kneel to rulers of ruins," his stance declared. When Songwood growled, Henryk raised a griffin-ringed hand. The dragon relented. Details. Steel bars, wrapped in silk etched with protective runes. Diane, her once golden wings now shattered, trembled. "He brings death as a gift," she whispered to Songwood. Chapter 3 lies in the Blue Temple location, Temple of Utulon, submerged crypts. The temple glowed cerulean under a statue of Utulon, a god with an octopus head and scaled flesh. Henryk knelt before a priest in a jellyfish mask, his palm slit by a ritual dagger. Henryk's demeanor. He did not cry out. When Evangeline stormed in, he stood, blood dripping onto seashell tiles. "Valene is older than your morals," he spat, binding his wound with a griffin-emblazoned cloth. Details. Utulon statue. Salt water trickled from its mouth. Bioluminescent eels swam in its eye sockets. The dagger. Sharkbone blade, poisoned with paralysis venom. A test Henryk endured without flinching. Chapter 4. The Syndicate's dance location. Syndicate undercroft tunnels reeked of mold and fear. Henryk, disguised as a spice merchant, navigated blood-slick passages to meet Lady Seraphina. She offered emerald wine in a diamond-encrusted cup, laced with Medusa's kiss, a tasteless killer. Henryk's demeanor. He toasted, "To your health," but did not drink. When he feigned collapse, Asriel emerged from shadows, murmuring, "Well played, Enning King." Details: the poison, a 12-hour death. Henryk's ring hid the antidote. Asriel. His wings were clipped, a hellfire chain around his neck. Chapter 5. The Price of Time. Location: Spirit Realm. Helena dragged Henryk into a dimension where trees grew upside down and the ground mirrored the sky. They witnessed his childhood self begging his mother as she bled over Utulon's altar. Henryk's demeanor, memory. "Why must you do this?" young Henryk screamed. "Mother, kings do not weep, they bleed." In the present, Henryk shattered the vision with a fist. "I am not her." Details: the altar, carved from unmelting ice, etched with dead Valene kings' names. Helena. Her hair floated like seaweed, a crystal pulsing with Henryk's heartbeat in her palm. Chapter 6. Dragon's Rebellion. Location: Mountains of Whispering Stone. Volcanic rock steamed as Henryk tried to bridle Songwyd with steel. The dragon roared, "Your blood reeks of fear." Diane intervened, her wing catching fire. "Peace costs more than pride," she gasped, dying. Henryk's demeanor, commanding, "I am not your enemy." Songwyd, "Nor are you a friend." Details: the bridle, forged from singing metal, inscribed with draconic warnings, "Who tames shall be devoured." New crest, Gryphon and dragon claw, a symbol baptized in Diane's ashes. Epilogue: the kingless kingdom. Location: Valene, Gate of Souls. The gate was a whalebone arch on a cliff where winds howled like damned souls. Henryk, now its warden, stood motionless, his face hooded. Only his eyes, sea storm blue, pierced the dark. Henryk's demeanor. When Thomas found his cloak on the shore, Henryk did not stir. His voice echoed, "Valene survives. That is enough." Details: the cloak, Gryphon embroidery faded to ash gray. Soul crystal, flickered weakly in the gate, holding shards of Henryk's memory. Kings do not die, they become shadows, teaching us how to brave the dark. A ballad sung by Valene fishermen.